All right. Well, hopefully I can be heard better this time. So, where I left off, I was working on. Oh, I was talking about the delay tactics, or what I like to call the Elliot Scheiner effect, which is where you have the guitar on one side and the delay on the opposite side in the stereo field. So you have one pan. In the case of, well, let's just look at this guitar. It's almost hard left, not quite. It's let's say it's about 50% left, and then the delay is over on the right, which is over here. Actually, you see it. It's on the right over here. I could go ahead and do this. I also have it straight up the center over here. Let's see if but there's another guitar coming through there as well. So yeah, I think it's fine just leaving that in the center. It's not meant to be as wide as the mandolin effect. Which is intentionally off to the side. So the delay is on the left and mandolin on the right. Anyway, I talked about that the other time. I think what I wanted to move on to was vocals. And kind of what I've been doing here, I put a chain on all of the vocals here. I think that's the next step. We're on about video 7 in the Mixed Together series that I'm following along with. And I am learning a lot. I know how to mix. But I mean, there's always more that can be learned, and especially when dealing with, I haven't mixed very many guitars, so that was a bit of learning for me. I learned there were 2 frequencies poking out that I was not quite aware of. But that was something that was covered in the video. So I'll be, I was going to say looking out, but I'll be listening for frequencies that sort of stick out and have have something to say that doesn't quite help the song along. So vocals. Once again, if I didn't mention that this is Fool's Gold by Sunday Muse, and it's, as I kind of alluded to, part of the Mixed Together series at Home Studio Corner or Joe Gilder Music on YouTube. He's mixing the song and walking us through the process, and so I'm following along. And what I did actually initially before I watched any of the videos was I went ahead and did a mix of my own, just so I could get my own idea on it, use my own ideas, and then watch the series to pick up any new things, because there's always more to learn, as I said earlier. So for vocals, I really like mixing vocals. Wasn't too I've mixed instruments, usually not percussion, but anyway, this has been good because I have all these tracks that are recorded nicely as opposed to some of my older projects that I've had in the series, which are not recorded as nicely. But that was kind of my learning curve. So let's listen to the vocals really quick here. And probably start at the beginning, huh? Right here. Here's where it starts.
Come a little closer here. No need to try and hide nor fear.
Let's add some track.
Your lips may lie, but I know your soul tells every truth it holds. come in all of your ruin.
So what I've done with the vocals is it's fairly simple. I did a little bit of I actually found some presets here in Reaper with a parametric EQ, so you can see what this preset is, and this is for the oops, we gotta unsolo that. Reaper's weird this way. Maybe I just haven't learned how to solo just this. It seems if you solo a group, you can't solo the individual parts of the group. So.
In all of your ruin,
Oh, I had to turn off the effects on the.
carried enough from all that it has been.
So here we go.
In all of your ruin,
This is flat.
carried enough from all that it has been.
Some effects on
Cease
him
the
as well.
need to be a
Wide male
prideful
vocal.
king or queen, having control. Looking for the fool's gold, wandered off, lost and gone
Let's turn 'em
astray. Tried to find a way to go, but oh, just come home.
I think there's a interlude in there. Unless I stopped it. Didn't I stop?
Well,
Oh, good.
I am a cluttered house,
So let's add this.
locking doors to keep it in or out.
This is. Let's see.
Come home.
Third house, locking doors to keep it in or out.
So this adds just a little bit of air right around, I want to say 3K. And then, of course, we're rolling off below 50 hertz because 50 hertz is more of like your kick drum frequencies or bass guitars, your sort of percussive thump, thump sounds or upright basses like this song has. So that generally you don't want in vocals. I did do a roll off before, but I found these frequency presets seem to help. And then they're kind of flat like this, so.
Room for you in me.
So then we have our nice
To
vocal
fill
effects here.
every crack between. Tear down the walls I have built.
It's supposed to be somewhat subtle.
Empty out all I've tried to fill. So
Cease the need to be a prideful king or queen, having control. Looking for the fool's gold, wandered off, lost and gone astray. Tried to find a way to go, but oh, just come.
Okay, so kind of an awkward place to cut it off, isn't it? But here's what I have. A little bit of I went for saturation because that kind of adds something. Well, the first thing you would think of obviously is the reverb, and so this is my first time using the stock reverb in Reaper. Not because I don't know how to use a stock reverb, but just I didn't like it when I first pulled it up, and I found just a little bit adjustment of the wet dry mix helped.
For you in me to fill,
but there's
room for you in me.
I just found that added a little bit of space. Before that, I had this nice delay because I like Replica from Native Instruments. So
there's
Room for you in me to fill every crack between.
you see, that's not quite the same as a reverb. It's kind of a tap delay almost, kind of the same one I have on the guitars and the mandolin, but just not quite giving that sound I wanted. So add the reverb, and then
There's room for you in me.
that way you have that kind of delay sound and some nice space around it.
So seize the need to be your prideful king or queen, having control, looking for the fool's gold.
Okay, so those are the most obvious effects. Excuse me. But there's saturation is what I started
So
with.
seize the need to be your prideful king or queen,
Very subtle.
having control,
And I like this
looking for
plug-in
the
here, Air.
fool's gold. Wandered off, lost and gone astray, tried to find a way to go.
And I just realized showing it here is one thing, but the real context of where it shines is in the whole mix, which is why these are adjusted like that. You can apply effects to your vocals by themselves all you want. I'm not going to save that chain just yet. But really, what matters is how it sounds in the mix with the other instruments. So, I managed to almost freeze Reaper there. Not so good. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to reach in here, and we're just going to try to loop this section here, like this. It's probably set at a weird place, but it does that. I don't know why. I must be hitting something in the corner. Okay.
There's room for you in to fill every crack between. Tear down the walls I have built and empty out all I've tried to fill. So seize the need to be a prideful king or queen, having control.
Let's see what happens when we shut them off.
Wandered off, lost and gone astray, tried to find a way to go. Just there's room for you.
I don't think I'll loop that again. So the processor seems to be struggling. I am on the laptop right now. Most of this I've done on the desktop, but sometimes on this laptop. So that's basically my vocals processing. You know, very simple, very subtle. I'm looking forward to seeing what Joe does with it, and if I will learn something, and I'll see if I want to take it the direction that he takes it, or maybe keep it the way I have it. I've done that with some of these effects, and others I've adjusted just because, you know, it's there are basic principles, and then there's stylistic things. So as far as the basic principles, I'll adopt those, add those, and you know, some things like color coding tracks, which I have done, but not in the assignments that they are here, because I usually work with virtual instruments. And anyway, so but it is always nice to work with acoustic instruments. They're a little less on the processor, unless of course you're running screen capture and a lot of effects on top of that. So yeah, that's where it is. I'm enjoying it, and soon be done. And I think it is pretty much done, unless that, like I said, I learned something new that I want to apply. So that's been Musical Layers 15, and part 15. Vocals and a little bit of experimentation. It was just the most awkward end to the video. But anyway, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.